Hi, my name is Pedro Guerrero, and I'm a Commission Minister for Volunteers of America, Colorado. I have been with Volunteers of America for 3 years, and I am in the Affordable Housing Department. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about Lent and what it has meant to me as a child and what it means to me as an adult. So I grew up in a town in Texas called Eagle Pass, Texas, and it is primarily a Hispanic community with a population of 26,000 people. Their language there is a combination of Spanish and English, Spanglish. I grew up in this community celebrating Lent as a child in a Hispanic tradition. During Lent as a child, I remember quite clearly that on Fridays, we didn't eat meat. And we had special meals. For example, on a Friday when we didn't have meat, we might eat something called capirotada, which is like a bread pudding. Or they might have nopalitos, which are cacti. Now, we celebrated Lent, but we call it Cuaresma. I do also remember that as a kid and as a teenager, and even as an adult, I did not practice not eating meat on Fridays. I've always eaten meat on Fridays. And I would like to say that as a child or a kid, I didn't really know the meaning behind Lent or why we didn't eat meat, the fasting portion of it. But as an adult and as a minister, I do know the meaning behind it. But I still eat meat. But I do give something up. Last year for Lent, I gave up gossip. And I know that seems trivial, but gossip has a very deep impact in people's lives. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up." Proverbs 16:28 says, "A perverse man spreads dissension, and a gossip divides close friends." Gossip divides friends. So it does have a deeper meaning. When I practiced a no gossip for Lent last year, I did it because I didn't want to gossip at work. I didn't want to create a volatile work environment. And I certainly didn't want to be a gossip amongst my friends because, again, it creates a bad situation. Now, I also know that as an adult that Lent represents a time when Jesus spent in the Judean desert. And he did that in preparation for his church. Fasting is practiced in remembrance of that because he fasted. And he was tempted by Satan, just as Satan tempts us. So, Jesus sacrificed for the church. He sacrificed for our faith. That's pretty deep. It has become nowadays, maybe not tradition quite so, but practice that instead of giving something up, maybe you take something on. So that is what I do. I take on things. I volunteer more. I am part of a coalition of ministers and pastors that does outreach work for people in the service industry. For example, case managers at homeless shelters. They might feel angst or anxiety because they've been in the industry for so long, and we provide outreach work to them. We minister to them. I also am part of a ministry that works with men in recovery programs. And I volunteer at our local soup kitchen at Denver Jesus Saves at least 4 or 5 times a year. So you see, Lent has a deeper meaning. And how you celebrate it or practice a tradition of remembrance for that sacrifice that Jesus did, you could give something up or maybe you can take something on. It doesn't have to be volunteering 6 times a year. It could start with just one time. Thank you.